So if America's darkest days lie ahead, how are we going to get through those dark days? A lot of people have been out of work at this point, 11 months? Congress sent them $1,200. Maybe people got $1,200 earlier. Doesn't get you very far. Well, now we've got a wonderful, major, important stimulus, COVID relief plan. Congress is going to send some of you $600 for being out of work 11 months. And Nancy Pelosi says this is very significant.
We also have in the legislation direct payments, which were not in the Republican bill, to America's working families. I would like them been bigger, but they are significant, and they will be going out soon.
Very significant. Now, look, Pelosi, she wishes it could have been bigger. How big is this relief bill going to be? It's going to be like $1 trillion, and there's another trillion some odd dollars added on with all sorts of foreign aid and all sorts of payoffs to political cronies. But, unfortunately, all Congress could find was $600 measly for the inconvenience of destroying your livelihoods for the past year. Significant. Is $600 significant? I don't think so, when we're talking about keeping you out of work for an entire year. Nancy Pelosi wouldn't think so, too, if it were politically convenient for her to say what she really thought. Because I remember 2 years ago, do you remember this? 2 years ago, President Trump passes this tax reform bill, and Nancy Pelosi comes out and says this bill is terrible. It gives tax breaks to zillionaires and corporations. And that wasn't true. The tax bill also gave about $1,000 in relief to individuals. And Nancy Pelosi, $1,000, who needs $1,000? That ain't nothing but crumbs.
In terms of the bonus that corporate America received versus the crumbs that they are giving to workers to kind of put the schmooze on is so pathetic. It's so pathetic.
It is pathetic. I hate to say that I agree with Nancy Pelosi 2 years ago, but I do agree with Nancy Pelosi 2 years ago. By the way, at the time, in terms of a tax bill, that's a pretty good break. But we are now in this unprecedented moment where these politicians, for their own political ends, can't forget it was an election year, decided to shut down the country, destroy people's lives. Even before the coronavirus gave them the excuse to do this, you had prominent left-wingers, guys like Bill Maher, who said, we need a recession. We need a recession. I know it'll hurt some people, but we need it because that's the only way that we can get Trump out. So, and frankly, the left did more than give us a recession. The left shut down the country for a year. And then the way they're going to make it up to us is $600. No, I can't tell you how many letters I've seen, tweets, posts, all over the place from people who say, I lost my savings, I lost my business, my family is really struggling, and you can take your $600 and shove it. I don't want it. It's just not enough. I would much rather, and I think a lot of people feel this way, not get the $600 right now, even if a lot of people need it, and I know a lot of people who need it. Better to not get the $600 than to go along with this outrageous, offensive bill that is going to indebt generations after us, first of all, because of these ridiculous spending projects, and that is, frankly, such a slap in the face. These elite politicians in D.C., members of both parties, more the Democrats, but some Republicans too, saying, the plebeians, they're complaining again. Give them $600. $600. What does that come out? It comes out to about $6 a day since they shut down the country. That's adding it on to the $1,200 that we got early on. $6 a day, not worth it, not going to make a difference. They need to veto this bill. Very fortunately, President Trump has intimated that he will veto this bill.